Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the long delay. I was getting ready for a very hectic work week ahead because I was just starting a new internship and, well, I just didn't get the time to record. But here I am, nevertheless. It's been a few days and quite a few things have happened. Finally, the international break is over. We can finally go back to Premier League football week in, week out. Super excited about that. You guys can look out for my next video, which will be the Chelsea versus Crystal Palace preview. Before we get into today's video, I just want to do a quick recap of what went down on. It was Saturday, sorry, yes, Saturday, the 24th of September. It was the Sidemen FC versus the YouTube All Stars. What a goated event! Oh my god, guys, I'm serious. It was some of the best fun that I've had in the last 2 weeks, given how boring football has been for Chelsea, to be very honest with you. And we've been pretty stinky lately. I'll happily admit that. Dude, I'm so happy that there were so many memorable moments in that match, man. Like, just starting with the fact that they managed to get Mr. Beast and his crew. All right, I show Speed was there. Him scoring an offside goal and then going and hitting Mark Clattenburg, the referee, with his t-shirt afterwards was absolute class, man. Such a fun event. Vicstar 123 scoring from open play, something I never thought I would see at all. It was all in out an amazing event. Hats off to the sidemen. They really pulled off something really remarkable here. Raised over £1 million, I believe, in charity, in donations. And dude, they sold out a 27,000 capacity like stadium. It was the Charlton ground. Oh my god, dude, that's mad. That's actually crazy if you really think about it. But yeah, now that I've given my props to the sidemen, or how they shall henceforth be known, the wide men. Let's get into today's video. So I just want to talk about my favorite all-time Chelsea 11. Well, I won't go through this in any particular order, and I won't be going it on like statistical evidence or something like that. Just purely my preference, how much I've watched of their football, and I'll only do it Premier League era, and I'll also do it like players who've played for us recently, and let's just say after Jose Mourinho came in, so that 2004 window onwards, I'll do it around then. So there'll be like no Zola and no other players, Di Matteo and all from the earlier days. So yeah, let's get into today's video. So starting off, let's get our positions fixed here. So do I want to go with a 4-4-2 or do I want to go with a 4-4-3? 4-4-3. No, sorry, I'm not Todd Bowley. No, I meant to say 4-3-3. Um, I think a 4-3-3 with a defensive mid and two eights and two wingers and a striker should be the way to go here. Yeah. I think that should be the way to go here. Let's do that. That'll be super fun. All right. So starting off in our goalkeeping position, uh, I mean, hands down, there was only one option for this. Like, it only could be one goalkeeper. Obviously, in goal, we're gonna have Peter Cech. He's won 4 Premier League titles. He won 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, one UEFA Europa League title, one Champions League title, and oh my God, can we not thank him enough for that? And how can I forget Arjen Robben's match-saving penalty in the 118th minute or so during the Champions League final in 2012? Dude, that was insane. Like, against all odds, we actually won that trophy, and that was the most impressive part about that entire feat. So yeah, it has to be Peter Cech in goal. Now my back four. So here's where it gets a bit difficult. All right. So I'll start with the two center backs. Okay. So without a doubt, has to be John Terry in the center, dude. Has to. There's no like doubt about it. He's the one of the most decorated players at the club at the moment. I mean, I would say Aspilicueta tops him, because he's also won like every possible trophy with the club. But because he didn't win the Club World Cup with Chelsea because we lost in 2013 when we played it, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so has to be the centre back pairing. Here's my question, right? So it could easily be between John Terry and the other defender would be I say Carvalho, man, because that partnership pairing, dude, in 2000 and like the 4-5 season, 15 penalties conceded by the defense in the entirety of the season. You don't see defenses doing that today, like, dude, there were talks about Van Dijk being an all-time Premier League great, but right now Liverpool are suffering. The thing is longevity. The longevity that John Terry and Carvalho, that partnership had was like, fantabulous. So I would go with, I'm going to stick with Carvalho and John Terry as my two centre backs. Now for right back, uh, here's what's going to be a bit controversial for some people. And again, this is my all-time favorite 11. Normally, I would have gone Ivanovic as the right back. All right, I would have gone Ivanovic. I would have gone Ivanovic at right back, but I would say it has to be Azpilicueta for me, man. Like, dude, he has won everything there is to win with this club. He's been a faithful servant, dude. 5 million euros we paid for him to come from Marseille in 2012, just after we won the Champions League. His debut season, he wins the Europa League title. Then he wins two Premier League titles after that, a bunch of FA Cups. And then finally, in 2021, he wins the Champions League trophy. And, he could finally lift it. And that was one of the last trophies we won under the Roman Abramovich era. I mean, we did win the Club World Cup, but the Champions League was the most important one to him. So I would go right back, Cesar Azpilicueta, or everybody else knows him, Dave. Left back has to be the man we poached from Arsenal, where he finally started winning things after coming to our club, Ashley Cole. Okay, one of the greatest left backs that has ever played in the Premier League, hands down. Ronaldo himself has said that the toughest player that he has ever played against is, Ashley Cole. So to get that kind of backing from the GOAT himself, CR7, it says a lot about the guy. So now, okay, wow, this is going to be a bit more tricky than I thought it would be. But okay, let's move forward to the defensive midfield. Now, yes, I do hear shouts for Claude Makélélé to be in there because obviously, legend of the game. I never really watched him growing up, so I don't have that many fond memories of him. But you all know who I'm going to put up in there. It has to be my man, N'Golo Kante. Man, the best center defensive midfield from like the last 4-5 years. Yes, he has dipped in form recently, but dude, come on, that man is a tank. He's a machine. I have seen him wrestle the ball of a 6'5" Pogba. Okay, Pogba might not be 6'5", but he has wrestled the ball of him. Can you imagine, dude? That tiny guy, okay, freaking Mini Cooper package guy is the one who is just busting out players left and right. So it has to be N'Golo Kante in the midfield, hands down. At the number 6 in the number 6 role. Okay, now here's where it gets tough. Okay, and here's where I'll make it a little bit interesting and spicy for you guys. So in my 2 8s, obviously there's one undisputed GOAT, like the GOAT, who has to be in this list. It has to be Frank Lampard, literally our club legend. Okay, this club, like top goal scorer, Champions League winner, Europa League winner, Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, League Cup winner, you name it, he's won it with this club. Okay, and I think the one of the most saddest things that I ever witnessed as a Chelsea fan, even though I mentioned in the previous video that I only watched us on and off when I was younger, but when he moved to City and he scored that one goal against us in the league, bro, come on, that strung. It's like somebody has gone and done the Mortal Kombat move where they just removed your heart, and like they're just showing it to you after that. That's how that goal felt like, and I'm sure that's how it must have felt for him as well. Because just imagine scoring against the club that literally made you who you are. Respect to him for not celebrating, man. So it has to be club record goal scorer Frank Lampard in the midfield in the number 8 position. Okay, of course, without a doubt. And then coming to the next midfield position. Now here's where some people have a lot of different shots for certain players. Okay, but this is one of my favorite players at the club. Again, another guy that we poached right out of Arsenal's hands. Okay, before I say that, I'll give some honorable mentions for the midfield, man. There has to be like Ramirez, Michael Essien. Yeah, I mean, these two are my honorable mentions to go for that position. But I would actually put Fabregas there, because I always imagine Frank Lampard as that box to box, like he constantly presses up and goes forward. But Fabregas, dude, Cesc Fabregas, who came from Arsenal. Although we bought him from Barcelona, the same time we bought Pedro. But, dude, Fabregas for us was classed. One of the best passers of a ball. Every ball that he ever played was like inch perfect. Literally inch perfect, Like to the T. You wouldn't expect this guy, like out of nowhere. It's like Diego Costa, right? In a 2016-17 season. Man would just make a run, okay? He would dart. Okay, man's running, he's darting. And just like this, with the snap of a finger, Fabregas has already, given us, aerial ball straight to his feet. Like, dude, come on. You can't tell me that there isn't a greater passer of the ball than Fabregas. At least for this Chelsea team. 100%. Now, the front three. Was Okay, so quick brief story. It is the next day. Uh, I forgot to record the last bit of that episode, and it's a bit unfortunate. Like, it was good. It was super good. Like, I love the content, but I forgot to click record on the camera, and I only have the voice recording. So I'm gonna continue where I left off in that last bit of the episode to jump right back into where we were, like in the previous episode. I was talking about who my striker is gonna be. So it has to be the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Didier Drogba, King Drogba, literally the goat of the Chelsea striker scene. Dude, you know, really, if you really deep it, we have had some stinky strikers ever since Diego Costa left in the 2017-18 season. We had Alvaro Morata, absolute stinker. Gonzalo Higuain, stinker. Tammy, who was actually half decent, but our fans were too like, we were really very harsh on the guy. You know, I didn't like how we treated him, but well, all's well that ends well. He's at Roma now with Jose, the king himself. So yeah, and then after that, after Tammy left, we got in Timo Werner, stunk for us. Although he had some memorable moments, that game against Southampton comes to mind. But literally, if you look at his goals, half of them have come from Southampton. Like it's funny, man. And then after that, Romelu Lukaku, and now we're stuck with Kai, Aubameyang, and Armando Broya. Now I hope these guys are good for us. Like inshallah they are, but let's see how it goes. I honestly can't wait for the season to kickstart again. It's like been a long break, but anyways, moving on. So obviously, Drogba in strike. You know, Mr. Cup final himself, one of the best strikers. This guy knew how to hit the ball, man. Like that Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba partnership into 2009 and 10 season, hands down one of the best partnerships in world football. Like the only people that I can think of right now who can break such a good partnership will probably be Haaland and De Bruyne at City this year. Like those are the only two people right now who have the capability to actually beat that. Okay, now moving on to the two toughest parts of the pitch, I would say personally, uh, it has to be the left and right wing. Okay, so I'm gonna save the left wing for now. Okay, don't get too excited. Relax. But to discuss on the right wing, so now I have three options. Okay, now three of these guys are my favorites. One of them I have not watched as much as I would have wanted to. But so that one person being Joe Cole. Okay, he played with us in that 2009-10 season. Scored that iconic goal against United to win us the FA Cup, and when we won the double with Ancelotti. And after that, the other two runners up who you guys might like not expect actually is Willian and Pedro. Now these guys weren't your like like your Mohamed Salahs or your Sadio Manes of today, but dude, when they were called up, like they provided, like they had the goods in them. Like dude, if I had to list out two of my favorite goals by either of them, for me my favorite Willian goal would have been. And dude, Pedro, like he has had a lot of iconic. His right foot and his left foot, dude, those curlers, the ones against Tottenham especially, oh, a thing of beauty. Really, a thing of beauty. But one of my favorite goals, and you can see I've tried to mimic it, would be that one goal against Salzburg during preseason. It's really, really so impressive. I remember Ross Barkley was the one who gave the cross for this, and just to the way he flicks it over the goalkeeper's head, wow, dude, mesmerizing. I've always tried to recreate that goal, but it just never happened. So yeah, between the three of them, I would go with Joe Cole. Although I may not have watched much of him growing up, I've seen a lot of his highlights. I've seen a lot of his clips. Goated player for sure. My favorite part of the pitch in left wing. There can only be one guy. I don't even need to say his name. You already know who I'm talking about. Like you're thinking of his name right now. You're burning for me to say his name. You guys guessed it. It had to be Eden Hazard. My favorite player of all time. The man who made me fall in love with football. Dude, there is no player that comes in any sort of comparison to Prime Hazard. that man was in a class of his own. Okay, he dropped bodies left and right, like it was, he just woke up and decided, like, I'm gonna choose violence today and just like embarrass the shit out of every single player that he played against. My favorite goal of Eden Hazard would definitely be that one against Tottenham, that won Leicester the league. Dude, there's so many iconic goals of his over the years. That one against West Ham where he just like walked past the defense like he was taking a stroll in Central Park. Okay, man's just chilling over there. Speaking of, I have a very funny story. So if you guys can see here, there are two random people. Okay, I've taken a photo with them. This is in Radisson Red at one of my friend's apartments. Okay, and there's a bar downstairs, and we ran into these two people, and they were kind of hassling my friend, so I kind of tried to shoo them away. And then I was wearing a Chelsea jersey, so he asked me like, "Oh, you're a Chelsea fan?" And this man pulls up his phone, okay, and he's just like, dude, check out this photo. And I'm just looking at the photo, and I'm seeing this man just chilling with Eden Hazard at a pig farm in UK. That is the most random thing I have ever seen in my entire life. But yeah, guys, that is my all-time favorite 11. Very sorry that I didn't upload this video on time. As you know, I have a lot of other commitments with like work and stuff like that, and I dropped my pant and my shirt. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video wasn't too long. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try a different camera angle like I am doing right now, because I had to make do with I have a makeshift stand. Okay, like it's a speaker. My camera's on top of a speaker, and it's just like balancing like this. So yeah, let me know how the video was. Leave your thoughts and your opinions in the comments below. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And hit the bell notification icon, so every time I upload, you guys get a notification, and you can be the first to watch the video. And let's try to get this video to at least 50 likes. I know it's a tough ask considering how good the last video was, given that it was my first one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for my Chelsea versus Crystal Palace preview on Friday night. The video should be out Saturday morning before the game, so I'll try to put that out to you guys as soon as I can. Alright, cheers, have a good night, peace out.